Office of Special Prosecutor Samba Ena. It's like the media ne kana science so sa wo mu. But baby kakra bi na as a action ho free ebia media ne di ni mu. Enti wo statement na e wa ha. What the Office of the Special Prosecutor ne ka say ye no kre omonya grounds bebre e wo maame no na ayimu e bra case ni ba ye no. Enti omo de asem so koma Iyoko then previous government no ono so hwe mu no wanya issue bia nti osa the docket no eba back at the bre OSP na OSP say docket no osa the bre no new government ba ye no our set up new Iyoko no assign so at the omo age maame no na yi no omo age wo mo hwehwe mu omo so say ebia issues bi wo mba ko money laundering ene de kekeka ho enti eno no de Iyoko we nka ho asem nwie ye enti untumi meka se ebi omuhwehwe mu no manya nyina so bia ni case ni de ono ohwehwe mu ohwehwe mu wie ye no se ono no ohwehwe bibi mu a se obi edi sika ho dwabone kwambone so no eno no ye Iyoko fu adwuma
right eno de man
ko mo na nke be kire mu omo na be kire se ebia oyesi but then no omo so omo hwe no omo de bre no ono no so je ne docket wanka ho hwe ti eno wasem oka no je sisi ni de docket na asa ko back to Iyoko ho wo hwehwem na omo hu nyina so bi enti wo hwa asa na osi eka no say the attention of the office the special prosecutor has been drawn to misleading reports on the findings regarding investigations involving Mrs. Cecilia Abena-Dapaah. Certain media outlets reported that the FBI found no evidence of corruption, while others claimed the FBI found no direct evidence of corruption. Some have gone further to publish that the FBI has cleared Cecilia Dapaah and Okotisa. These reports are inaccurate and mischievous misrepresentation of the OSP's half-yearly report. Page 9, bullet 2.26. The findings were the results of investigations conducted by the OSP and parallel aspect by the FBI at the instance of the OSP. The report clearly indicated that no direct and immediate evidence of corruption was found. A carefully defined legal standard that is materially different from the blanket phrases, no evidence, and has been cleared. The OSP further emphasizes that the cases was referred to the Economic and Organized Crime Office under the previous leadership of Iyoko because investigations uncovered strong indications of suspected money laundering and structuring, which fall within Iyoko's direct mandate. The previous leadership of Iyoko did not act on it and returned the docket to the OSP.
They did not act on it.
Omo hwehwe mu ni ade no. The omo picture no no. To be to say money laundering and structuring no. Omo peki ncha bibi sa wo mu na omo de docket no koma mu. Ti mu na mu yesi kase mu hwehwe mu. Ti mu nto aso. But or say the previous leadership of Iyoko did not act on it and returned the docket to the OSP.
Now, okay. Nature say, what this your friend saying, when in Nakoma, then Iyoko. Sir, office not that
they didn't do anything
about it.
Iyoko, Oma act on it. Where that say, Omo de na me make. Where that say, Omo acting, Omo Huno, said OSP can in Yano, and I say, also mania, if you are wearing your report to be a free woman. The OSP returned the docket to Iyoko under a request by the new leadership. Enti new leadership on the bar of Iyoko by no, and one was answer request here, and our day akoma womu. The OSP urges all media outlets to report with precision and fidelity to the text of official document to ensure accurate, fair, and responsible public communication on matters of high national interest. And I want to know Ediaba. Inti the findings ne there. They say corruption say bia we are or my sika na say or the position na yes ade bi no. Ono no we hunu na emu ko hunu ade bi to say money laundering bi and structuring. the onu OSP ni say opeke no say sika ho dwa no nhihye ne terms wo mu would not what sika tata wo so ofie bebere a asem wo ho nti ohuhuhu niam bi saa na nam so ode docket ne koma eyoko mona mbetumi akofe da bi sa no de nti esika bebere guo ba bi onya no ne saa niam ma but the call ye no so mo act on it omanya omanya hwe ena omo de ne krata de bre no to ono so je ne krata de gu ho reki sieja ben so de ne krata egu ho a woti ne ba bi ansa na ban foforo so baaye oba na omo se krata na de koma na anu iyoko na ye de bre wo no yen so ya banti ma yen hwe ena sesie no ode akoma wo mo ti di OSP person communicate say iyoko we no emeka hwe mfa the onu hu ye no that money laundering asem wo kan ni structure no whatsoever no iyoko we meka hwe nti ma ye jump emmam meka se ma me ya clear no
okay
say ne ho son so onye hwe until say iyoko we so be ni hwehwe mu say so de ne docket bre na say bibia ni ho a na afi wo agent clearing bia nwa clear but now ne de ma ye communicate say ya clear na bibia ni because our doctor ewo iyoko
okay and it's a way clear but not ya na bosi no information on famrantem so so de be ya media
publish here
ya hu so de be si aka no
ana ade no kura no nchirebu na ye aya asemu o ka kra banje si wa no yo chiremu one tiasie ya ni na akokosi se ade no ya san friend bi o na face ni na so san akokosi se kane no mo hwehwe mu ahu no hwe enti se obi ka ye hwehwe mu si ye ahu no hwe iyoko de krata na abro ti sa abro ne ye ahu no hwe
exactly
e na wo chiremu se wasan so de akoma we enti we mu so de koma mu so mu so hu hwe mai omu so guso enti still na ye hu hwe de no ereni
but I no so nchire se ma ne ho
ne was but say
mo report no
previously no was so de call ye no omu so omu de wa de ebre wo man ka hwe enti jare na wonko amu bi mu ma we mu na je se ji wa de dia na je se iyoko no betre o se o ampade a we kan ye no kra na asanyo no kra na wo se omu ehu omu de baye mu ma mo clean se ko fan corruption asem na ade ne de mu nhye danya bad we say ni ye mane ma no na mo hwe ntie numu na bia evidence be ba say oye corrupt sika no nya ne se but iyoko no so anka hwe amfa ntere wa na che se we hu no hwe nti maye nyina dada ne so ne mu ye ntwen si nko head ye be kwa
ntwen you one so report e be
sana nchirimu no esi eti ni na
ntwen you
sana mse iyoko no pese OSP pese ye kan si ye ntwen you one but ya clear
ana kasa ni bi wo wa say media for na especially social media for not to be ni some guy bi ni lady bi ya che wo no wo ka asem na wo nyina so na kwakwa nyina social media
wo say Ghana no I am pimpini ye wo kasa ye ka brofo ye side o the MC nyanti ase o say office bia nya omo a omo te kasa ase kire kasa miye na mo twe brofo no be chirim kire amansan
se we di ye kire mu
ye tena wo kasa o ye de ade na beto o ma mu ni na ate ase aboa yo mo de beto bama onu say media house na chirim nkofo nti di obi ate ase na wo chirim nti ye chirim mu wi ara fe ko dum pempenso bi na kobra no se nkofo chirim ade ne na mfusu ba do mo chirim fa kanisia ansa na o ma yi omuti abeki kan se dia beto se but o hwe nka ne ma bi ho na nka e ba na nka na poso no e ba ya na nchirimu papa bi nsu di akire obi import siase kra na beti ase so okay say the city a nka sa misinformation ya de nka bebra ase kakra ka o misinform obi a ka obi beka se oboa because nkofo no yes na o kan no aye beto a yesi ya communicate dia beto communicate se parliament itu sa na mo se ye kasa no enye bebre na fe ye nchirechire ne memu tinka statement we ba ya no other languages by 4 or 5 be we just summarize it then also so eka ho dia wati we ase am abrantu ba say twi na kan wo kan na nka aka say eka say ya sanka wa unim grofo na twi nka abeti ase o za kwa ti so bi chirimu a chire wo twi aka say oboa krata ni kura no
we na ye ka say the grofo no chim say they did not act on it yeah the way say ati ase na ye chim but we be who say o say the one no obeka say one kanisa o kanisa wo mo san the docket san brand back
enti wo hwe aha mo the brand back
nti ya mu nka twi ni enti ase
tira meka no nti mo ba na ma ba chirim jo obeka say o man ka say o mo a o de opa nchiremu bebre beba uyoko beka kire o say OSP say ye ni act on it say ohun si OSP asan so aba media na asan so am misinform public no man ka say omo ahati o me say they return it back wo na akoye bebri nti ya na statement ahodo no ba ka mo ntum bo ase you have PRs minim so omo de omo te kasa bebri enya English pe na enya French pe na enya we pe at least ni krom kasa bi nso no onya akwanya ofro mo so kra de ya nse dodo na emfa wo mo so a eye legal bi wo ha na office ni bi ha lawyers ne kasa issues bi se ba emranim for ne kasa dem omo ina anya available nke ba ya enya station no se afi kra ne ya te kra na mo fa respect man no mo nchirim ko no so ni pattern na 18 ni kra na o chiri mu chire se ni pattern no mo so ye Ghana for na aboa tin se ofun show botom ni e be fra se mo ha me dodo na yen so ya chi ne ba free answer
see what they are trying to tell us is that pass you kuna no mo hono
omo madam Cecilia oh dabi media me ko ne say on de ni on say na wo kan ni chire mu no say ono hwehwe mu wi no de ohun no de koma wo mo ate omo ate omo de brain no ti na o say ki hu ni say whether say
omo hwehwe tinka asem ni kezai and as see no new yokofo board for aba and o masan so afre say em fa docket na time emre omo the thing is that the question is, are we saying say na sa management na mo ho at that time no and our board no woman you credible with ya ejuma no mo ya na say
you mean to mean sa so mo ya credible na mo ya credible na papa is one kasa bi o mo de brain no one kasa mo kaka ho
no so no prof no so class and so kaka was it they did not act on it not just on no cry he's trying to insinuate something
nti me fa ne say me o de ade abre me na me se jiwade a me de bebre o saa wo bra me nkawe
na just say
e bia mpaboa na wo de bre me no eso ana se mpaboa na de bre me na wo se emu atutu mhwim ne mu ntutu ti je mpaboa mpaboa e de ameka bi bia de ba de o mu ka di atiri ni de
e be so kire say new yoko old yoko friends and board no wo mo de ni docket brain back ya fa report bi anka ho say oh ye hwe mu no ya ho hwe and one so o mo asa de wade ne san brain ana so dey
omo
wo mo so ha mo nya transparent ma ye mu di o mo so wo mo ka
ye mfa sa anti transparency na de bi ano akoye nse me bi no ebi no na yi so Ajankopon ya aduma Tamale Central election no beba so 30th September next month honorable Mutala call the creachi Muhammad Ibrahim sa helicopter crash no a victim na abema akwanya beda wo say e by election Tuesday 30th September and electoral commission ni chere say obekwa akoye sa election no e wo continue obi anhye ne so
30th September
yes 30th September
we need 2nd September
yes akwati ade anti ne vanze ne bosom so no akohe no aye no so e de afiri wo kama
ano na before ne so wo munko mo ni bi
ana
so here no masa so madri ano mo da so jina mo so munko.
Accordingly, the commission will receive nomination from prospective candidate for the election of a member of parliament for the said constituency. The nominations will be received at the Tamale Metropolitan Office of the Commission from 8 September 2025 to 10 September 2025 between the hours of 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on each day. And the interested candidates are required to download the nomination forms from the commission's website and on the account. Or say from 8 ediko see 10th and receiving nominations na omotumi akoto saba no ho. Now yenya omoko and this ikwa hu di original enti e ho asem no so sa na akwa akosie ayi na anu ya sa helicopter issue crash victims no wo family mampani e de foto to akire de ma wo na enro omo update ya notice public ni say eniyama ekoyi nkakra e de ma wo monti details of 6 August 2025 tragedy children support fund no kakra abemu enrada na say na no reported in my public no enti ho asemini o Cecily John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, on Friday 15th August 2025 announced the establishment of children support fund to guarantee the welfare of the children of the victims of the August 6th helicopter crash. The fund has so far accrued a total of 2,315,000 Ghana cedis. In Tisika or say Free Friday no basis abe no akom eno no 2,315,000 315,000 Ghana cedis. Government expresses its gratitude to Stanbic Bank Ghana for an initial seed donation of 500,000 Ghana cedis, and to the following companies for their contributions to the fund. Into companies now donating now or do Precious Ghana Limited, Procos Ghana Limited, GB Foods Ghana, Sunda FM Manufacturing Limited, Sege Distribution Limited, Quantum Oil Terminals, Quantum LPG Logistics Limited, now face New Gas Cylinder Limited, na Quantum Terminals PLC. Omu na ye nduma kubia ya me adum ofi o makumem ene omu pem edibi apotum ama mampani eda wo masi. But omu chere say donations may be made to the fund via the following Stanbic Bank Ghana Limited account. Inti director odi atoso aya de so aya na wa biem kese na obi emu account na man inti bo se ohun ya na no mampani announce ni wa hu a ene dai TV ne so no Ghana cedis account number no and afei so o the dollar na etum so a dollar account ne so no e ka ho enti eno no ye account number obi abetumi di bibi afa so. Checks and bank drafts should be made payable to Children's Support Fund, and also the number account 6825. Now how much I say every week biano or mobile update public send me a fund no AC aircraft now for so. And once you say na ni munsem so no o me magana for ati papa me da se we zoom account na ma no de ato so pa I sure enti obi bia no momoden ketewa bia ye den insha we nya this year po ade a eda ho because mampani say obehwe se nkola no obehwe wo mo a no mo nsa so mo chi eja
is it going to be like one was in the term he aka some few years na office
said
another government no
e boy ya wo hye na woto aso me de nka me mpa bo ne say mofra no munyini ade obi de nka ne kodo military no ne de na hyem tempa so kama no wa enjoy more benefit de ne papa adwuma a oye no the kodo no hu ne amanda that opportunity no na ye pia na hyem na say even no man no kra say protocols room impia obi anhye baabi na emmoa wo mo sanso ma brendo na awe ho say kuna form yensa no na onkun say e promote wo mo na ye de sa promotion we no e de koma wo mo to fie ni kun na o say nkonya that promotion no ko enti we ke de every ho aba so na pay ye de ho nsemo e de era amen komanta no so nkodi nkomo kakra mbra ama Nigeria ni bi alate ni bi a abetrem wo nkwantanai teachers quarters workers one potem na wono de oluman be 30 years dense unsa akwala 15 years eja osua na de pambia na danfo abesra na okoja no oluma atwe ni kwahye bushi wo ta atono mo na
sa de ne han
na omo yemi na akwala no abaya na ni nua ba ketewa ne nam ena wachi ni nua ba pani na oluma susu se obetumi anya ne hokwan no na ketewa ni dwane ye de ketewa ne kobo amane se ai akwana twemi nua na kwahye fumu akwana twemi nua na kwahye fumu womba na chese ujaf wabo adwuma wi a ode ne ho aka wura odwane kura odwane kura na eno na chese assembly member wo krum won so ebo modern ase kwan bi obefa so bi ama me ne kobo na amane we he no mache enti assembly man so de nani tutofo wo so mo hwehwe na ga no mo hu no em se enra yi o se nansa ne ne mo hu se nkofo to da me uja fa be flash wo no assembly man say hey boys monyewa monche no edigu uja fo so ene se ya pa no nti no
ya do ano
ah o mache
e da nyame ase
o mache na ye hwe si bi ya prosper na afi abo mu nchiri mo ho kakra ne se nkofo ne ha adwene ho papa
Nigeria for no
uja ho a mdu wachiri beto form se a na no so a enye se wati ase ama no
wode ensha kwai so
wode katashe na ode apiatum owi a na ode me ho akawura se won hye da nim ugechuku ugechuku baba na afi wa ya mpese Prosper amachi na payo na pom ti say ya mi adumo ogechuku ni state sense say
ayo na bana ya baba ya tuwa na ta kwa ogechuku na yo ewe gumai eno ewa hit na mountain ɛyɛ kuro bi a yɛfɛ no Titi a ɛno no wɔ Nkwantaman na bɛyɛ on the 13th of July ɛna madam bi a ɔtɔm adeɛ ɛwɔ Titi a ɛno wɔ Nkwantaman na ɔkyerɛ adepam wɔ Ekelem na abayewa bi ɛyɛ adepam wɔ ne nkyɛn a ɔno no ɛde nsusuɛ no di mu 18 years na ɔkɔ madam nkyɛn ne on the reference of madam nkyɛn ɛna ne senior princess no baako baa ne nkyɛn nso baa no na abia akeke abɛyɛ no no nkyɛn mɔkɔ no na abia kɛtɛ nso ɔkɔgya ne senior no ɛkakra na ɔkɔ no ne nyinaa bɛ mu na tete bi abɛyɛ nsusuɛ no ntina ɛna ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔgya ɔmo senior no nti ɔmo de kɔn mu na ɔmo gya ɔmo senior yi na ɔmo sa ɔmo akeke ɛna ɔmo nso Nigeria nyinaa aberanteɛ bi ba no nsusuɛ no ɛwɔ n'anim bɛyɛ 35 years to 36 years old. The chair of the show, and our teacher at the Korea, already the German or teacher and so, and I didn't one and not in the beach. The Korea, I didn't go to the German at the one again. I didn't carry Johnny a cookie. Now, I ran to the presidential beach, and I'll trace it out on the and again, I can't do now for the autonomous now, a thing of a papa. And the Agalana, this year, I want to have the work from my potential. The limit is the now we are enough to tell him, and the one and now, every day, and I didn't know some. We could have one say, I did, that's our Palama, the new, and I am mobile, Nigeria, and January. You can go to our Palama, no, I am to surround. Maybe I will put you. The Modin Cove, report the station. Whether we are making nothing now. Nigeria, no already means it now. There was so many don't generally movement. When she ended and my men and the whole getting the way I call on 6 days, the way I want to if you know, I don't get to you, and also from the market of the Noria, the government banned by material. And see, I hope that also as a man, I never the family in my business. So I branch cannot be able to implement everything about it. And there was making. What could we get to be on track or everything other than no Martin? Now, flat, I man, 10 months, and no I'm just saying the boy can let me buy it. I don't buy it now, I have to tell you, no, much, you know. Because what you know, living to beauty, in order to take on it, and then, when you not tell me, we are, and maybe a police is on the service, they will give us a trouble, and see a corner you want to have a young, and maybe it's man. You know, because they want to do that, man, and the Banana allow to carry yourself as a another woman that I love body, a Takalani and say, okay, Takalani like a black, but we have to say a bit to say about it. And you can't get negative benefit. You must allow the Diana be a Payana, Payan. Never is one of the things in the Diagra. In addition to the art, you say, what you are, and I will get not say, and I say, I was in next to the Diana. It is the very good man because it is the money of the idea. After that, I was about Babylon. One shot I only do. And the man is going to be a liberty. And the German never did a liberty. I should be a limited court. Maybe I'm Yano, as you said, every additional. They are the Yana, Secretary, and Jacana, the Malaysian on the 30th July. And then you are going to move in the flag. The chief and then not the one the national. I would not to know the city.
About now, area watcher, Nebra Bow, to say.
You cannot hear the getting them to be and after the yeah, then they are getting them to use them on the first evening. Now, they are not in a media, I live another day. But I get to boy. Now, one friend said that. Today, I forgot about Nana, I can't take any to the first. I'm not going to share that. I can tell you this year. ɛna ɔbɔ no saa de
ɔsɛ akwadaa no sɛ ɔnhyia ne da
akwadaa no sɛ ɔnhyia ne da ɛyɛ ne sɛ ɛdi ɛdi hyia no ara no ɛdi ɛhyia no na ɔkyɛ no na ɔde ne kɔ obi nsuo no ɛni ne tepere ma ɔtete kan si ne nti ɛni na ɛma ɔde hyia ne sɛ ɛta wɔ ne nim
akwadaa no yɛ dɛn twɛ sekan efiri ne nsam
Jadi ini cerita kan kalau anu tu, ni apa tu ni dah, mau baca yang tu cerita kan sini tu. Jadi yang ni dia ni kata yang ni jadi baca mau tu ni cerita ni tu. Dan ni tu mesti ada di dalam ni mesti ada di ada.
Bush awo kam wasem bush ben bush e bia uncompleted building bia na se bush ben ho asem no mko dai no.
Okay, ni jam te ba kete ba o tu ni ni ba kete ba new site we are open city and no a bush until new site the other one is you see down in back and you take the crew back and they are young from the bush and now papa for me
all right Mate Prosper ma me fa si na yenya say akodi police for say me omuni akiri ne hwe de be kwa kosi why
you cannot do that mate
okay
you better go me no
mate ti Prosper usi ama ne bono no
na me pese me hu say akwa no o mental problem kakra na se na nida ho
omoda
what to coin through chrome aba obi chrome te adwuma na oba be
se mo na ato ne bra boys ne gu bebre ne gu omo gba no
na mo na to de say no che na wo chrome mani gra wontimi nkonko yesa na amoda wo a wo free obi cross wo free o man so aba obi cross
ya che no
yes and was also trace kind so ayo ani na che se won se
man be hwe na wadi akire abze na ya mutia wa ya ba fe krata na wa ha na ya bo mu so nsem no so ama kakra ya ba sisia
Another 6 o'clock is here. Wake up and meet the morning dear. Brand new day, it's a brand new slate. Like Barack say, yes I can. Don't let the worries of yesterday hold you down on this lovely day. Well, look up in the mirror and say, yes I can. Open your face, open your face. Nothing away, nothing away. Kani mukwala kabo Magana marekena blow Natengwa we Ubanyo fe Magana marekena blow Kani mukwala kabo
Just do it, just do it. Just do it, just do it. Just do it, time is ticking. Just do it. Tired of lying to yourself yet. Don't you know you are your best bet? Who you waiting for? Who you waiting for? You've got all you need more. They won't help when it's convenient. Tell you all of this is for experience. She put on
up in the mirror and say, yes, I can. Oh, by your faith, tell my way. Kani mukola kabu, magana marekena blow. Tell my way. Oh, by your faith, magana marekena blow. Kani mukola kabu.
Alright, half a year crata and so abedra masono emu and 7 or 7 city abna for me shall say na ya
and crata no
so only was uncle for Lamborghini ni view
the same Lamborghini
also the Lamborghini fufu bi abelande and brother purple
first one I didn't color I think it was blue or number
we sure for
I hope the way there's the same
the same na more party
not just on the crack rubber so just old ska obet me atop lambo I know I was here fan crata ni bi emfa and share asia me fa the chronicle so press ruto louds Zoom Lions high tech sanitation facilities and on some so I will have say page 3 so say police recover arms ammunitions during 24-hour patrols and on some so I will have say to for the chronicle or so amani bonibia or modeba and after young fat daily guide to page 3 or say court orders Adamus Australia to pay Adamus Ghana $50K cost and on some so I will have page 6 so was the court stops Reggie Manuel Gray estate takeover and on some so Galamsey task force arrest 4 soldiers for illegal raids and no page 3 and now face so oko asiaka crash so say Salina Aduchum Foundation support delegates and no page 6 and on the cracker was our newspaper we before page 3 so was na edges stronger institution for Africans development. It's a daily guide. So I'm on one be almost so added by and no. After young fat the finder so page 8 was it trading slows on secondary bond market ahead of interest payment. Page 9 so was a Fidelity Bank launches free electric vehicle rides in Accra and Hansel so I will have page 8 one answer so Ghana's high rise imports linked to policy failures where a US agri department will not show the same way a day about a hase after yemfa the Ghanaian Times. The Ghanaian Times also page 12 VIP advocates stronger public education on prison service role in national development. Page 11 is also was say Kenya President hails Zoom Lions waste solution at DEFCON 2025. Page 13 NPA steering committee development road map to implement 24-hour economy after in the crack no page 12 so was the government allocate 403 million Ghana cedis to complete stilled colleges of education hostels. Education minister one so na this same way that they ababeto edwa anoche.
And about for graphic now what they buy na obehu madam abena say asare chairperson the public account committee of parliament the picture that tree now the abase mismanagement of public funds park value for every cedi chases scholarship beneficiary for refund. And your story akrata and they buy helicopter crash fund accused 2.315 million Ghana cedis. No one say more the above faces at DEFCON 2025 in Kenya. President Ruto hails Zoom Lions bold waste solutions. Nina a story waha actually DM or the battery is a lands commission deploys effective continuous operating reference system and also what the aba fa new crusading guide nibi and I pay now share ni na be say or the aban which them say the Maripoma saga contractor moves facility to site but residents remain cautiously optimistic on Nsawam Pukwasi road and also home komo ewa ha and anapaying court orders Adamus Australia to pay Adamus Ghana 50,000 US dollars enti Jumakuya nefe wo Australia na face so nefe wo Ghana no wo tawan seminar court ashe say Australia de ne sika no on fama Ghana de no e fa no court proceedings a otutu to one na morning ti enum munchire mu na pay Brigadier General Michael Opoku not under any arrest. Ghana forces refutes Kwam Kurum on the bomb as Gomoa Ejumako Omahine allegedly set orders installation of rival chief Enti Kwe Nakopebi Nakenka Kenkaya. The OSP story no the bibaye of seized funds and frozen bank account. FBI clears Sisigadapa finds no evidence of corruption. OSP the no na medical church the story we mu publication we no OSP need statement about ono so church le mu e won sem fufu no abena fa de kwe
abusia ye fa chire mu no fa share asia aye daily the Ghanaian Times no and I be share mu na page 11 ho and I be was Kenya president hails Zoom Lions way solution at DEFCON 2025 and we there na mampanyina wono and e wo Kenya aye owura Williams Ruto so akasa na no che wo bone nsem say ya share e de Zoom Lion for wo mo Ghana ha say no na wo kire mu a Zoom Lion a che say wo mo eka Jospon company ho no wo mo go adwuma pa wo hwe kwan mo fa so according to wo mo no wo mate Ghana ma Ghana no atimi aye collect just aye clean pa dia na ewiase nyina ne titiri ni abibimamu wo mo eka wo mo ho asem pa na enya Ghana nko na say yes wo mo go adwuma ano che wo mo kire mu abibimamu aka no wo mo ye adwuma e wo pa wo ma chidin e wo ho enti na che say omu bie kwan so dia ma omu e wo Kenya so omu ne omu bebo adwuma na chese saa aye cleanliness na ekoso wo Ghana saa Jospon company for ebo adwuma ma Ghana etino omu fa bi emra e wo aye Kenya dwuma de we ekoso na chese aye wo mu dwumadi a yato ne din se aye Kenya's 2025 Development Conference ano ekoso e wo aye Hama aye big countryside ho baby and at the dwuma de we ekoso a Kenya woman penny owura Ruto e dis ansem we to dwa wo chire mu se Ghana ye boy homodin pa ne titiru se ba ahonidi mu nsem a wo se ye monten so a wo se e clean party Kenya for so we hwe e de esuanti we de na chese wo mu Zoom Lion for e na e boy dwuma pa de bia me kasa de e wo fia ho aya ye mu there's also abontin e me se wo mu hu wo mu bu pa
say Zoom Lion they say the African countries no
yes.
na mu
exactly wo mu boy dwuma mo ti ye di mu ankasa ano yemfa bi emfa ento aso na education minister Owura Haruna Idrisu so akasa wo kyerem se aban atebiri sika emu odrupa ba te se 403 million Ghana cedis the frigate fund mu ano wo se we no wo mo e de ba be hostels ahodo a aban na wo so a wo free so no one to me anwi wo sha asiasa wo ye na so sa hostels no want to be anwi no e be bo pa na sa hostels no aye hostels a na chese aye colleges of education for wo mo ne de emo wo mo hostels na make ho asemi wo mo se si a wo mu adodo na eco school a wo sua ade kire no ano wo mo nya ba bi na edi wo be hwe no na chese disuana ye basa nti abai na dwen ho ahu se enye se ebia enye ono na share se adwumadi na senti ye bejai amana sei woso ono de wonte sa enti sika mu odru pa better 403 million Ghana cedis no wo monhwe na sa colleges no hostel no ye hwe na yemfa ento aso na chese hostel no enti mama ye kra behwe na sa esuafo no ntimi nkomu na wo monkwankwa dem ntimi sua de e manfa mi mo wo ho wo ntimi sua de e ma no enye yie na no che wo mo tia ye lucky ya wo colleges as ka ye de kwa kwhwemu ye Savannah College of Education honors can be alcohol and now faces so Ghana Muslim Mission College and no beposo no way for is a Central region beposo
very eastern region
okay and ye wo Christ I mean Christ the woman trambu you was it Christ the Teacher College san o matren ha say Christ the Teacher College and also so one center so e wo ha and also so e wo nsoko wo mo nsoko so ni baby asa school ni wo Christ the school Christ the Teacher College and also so bi so e koso eti owura Harry na Druso e kan sanse mu a wo chirim say aba wo ya waba no wo be ye na education so etimi akoso nti wo mo chirim a colleges a wo Ghana ha nyina no 48 no but to say 45 lady say aban so be ye ni the aban do na answer the otwa mu kura no went me anwie no wo mo chirim na chese wo de sika e ba be hwem na chese ene so etimi ejina ne na so ma school for no etimi akwakosua ade ano yen free e ho na yen ko ensamfofo so a yeda so e wo the Ghanaian Times mu how was Vip advocate stronger public education on prisons services role in national development. Enti yema mpanyini abedi echi na chese professor na Jane Opoku Acheban anoche wakasa wo chirim se wo prison service wo say no wo bo adwuma pa am say Ghana for na nkasa no ye ka security service a ye shada mfa ye ni nsi prison service for no so wo so wo bo adwuma pa apart from say wo mo ewo biaye a wo mo sabi wo modi bone na ye correct wo mo no wo san so kra boa emma chese wotinu say development in Ghana here the national development so ekoso yie pa na what on e bo ase a wo chechim say wo here prison office here and as a service for here wotinu say agriculture no wo mo ye bi pa ezi prisons for no ADP no na kakra be kaso kra yeton a say sika ya na ye nyina ye nya enti wo chirem a wo say ehun be hia pa say Ghana wo be ye education ama ye nyina ya te ase ehun say ye ka security service for na prison service for so no almost so boy adwuma o mu hia papa enti wo monye say education na Ghana for nyina so ye hu wo mo so mfa so anoche say anko mo nyina akokoba ye abra na che say ma mpanyina abedi echi kokopie mu e wo Ghana prison service a woni empanifo wo e bon komo na empanifo ne ka kire wo ho e ma mpanyini problems ahodo a wo mu face say inmate no baby o mo da no o mo bobo so dodo so wa
Ghana prisons
inmate ne nye enti sa wo hwe mo na che say wo mo bobo so yes se be sa di mi nko hoda
But say na no ye ni abrante ba ko no di nkomo tra say bi wa dan no nipa ba 150 and over
wasan ke carry say
na wo
dan ka be
dan de nka nipa say no describe dan de in shed dan ya dan so dan kra ba ko na say nipa ba 150 wo muri an say ne
single room anti na ho nsam no wo mo chire mo na chese wo mo nua na so nye papa
ni o mo didi na choja o mo ani fidi o mo business na naja abanya duane na eba ndi zontori no wa sem di o mo se yenka ni mo bi semti o mo anaja o bo ho moden adidi pa nkakra nkran na obi che obi bia na on so di atototo bibi edi o wa
we na we o wa ba no mo ka de hia o mo ayema mpanyini de na be de chinse they should do education for the public to know say prison service for so boy juma o Ghana and so no so ne dia de kokogya o mo no na prison officers no kra ka say o maka de o mo de juma kra so kra o munya
ta de o mo tu the likes
yes wo mo bere pa nti yema mpanyi shema o koi wo de honse no kwakoma yema mpanyi na o motinya ye ho adwuma ano newspaper we ne krakra was a newspaper we no na National Petroleum Authority for so de afutuo de akwa ye mo a ekobu gas no o so bu gas ni bi o de tax ni to a and one is all the atum sa abusia ye education we ye wo mo kire mo a so the gas no ebia tax ni mo na say car na de akwakofa gas na unza wo kwa erodi sa wo mo kire mu aye say enya de aboa eno kra betimi wo mo kire ma damage betimi aba ama pressure relief be valve no wo mo say betimi damage ya wo leakages abam wo ye wo ko ya waso manches awom
njo mo say enya dai
wo mo kire mu aye say wo fa gas no first straight. Now I wonder how I say point wa gas ni betimi ejina mu straight sa kwakem so be.
Gas dey say okọ failure udi jim udi sina mu straight to udi to.
Almost about so no.
And
I was under the pressure.
Tina musu ko do fear train for some minutes and sana.
How could drive so train?
So okọ failure gas ko do fear because of sa I was no say woman is stable kakra. You see 15-20 minutes bi. Na
sana waso
ehumi wi sana waso ndese ne be ya say
people even know this education
leakage bi aba ho to say de wo ka valve no valve no ye tie bi ya na sha no say bi no kra na leakage bi aba na say ye ya isi wo no beti sense when say obi am gas am coffee ya say mo aba ho na de na nkasa de ya na ntutu rough na mo sa aba tie no say wo kono mo hwe na say isi wo mo mutumi sesa no na odiaba but they said you can ebia edemu a ade da ho a they said ye hwi nti ebia the pressure abaso na push no they said you mo eken nti se wokona si wo kakra na no mo ye god car no nye ka bia na etum di gas ni cylinder ni si nka bi wa di si
I'm wondering how ebetimi ejina
mo sa edemu na
ya kwan potholes ahodo a wo
edemu na gina de unya ba bi di gina. That's what failure itumigina say no say be out there bi are talking about oko say taxi na e bi akọ na wan fa dropping na a passing taxi ni parodo mpo na mo taxi ni boot no cylinder tenten no well to me fancy mo say bounce on baby e bi obi nso ne ma bi aka ho ne ade nti good say omo yes education no na then say issues na fa cylinder ho na nkasa de aso omunya bre no mu chechire mebre say fire service for chire omo NP for na so nchire because handling of cylinders no bebre na no ya na enye ya wa fifi mu ni ade ho rase omo de ba say e be ye sa cylinder
yes o cofilia and one so afro no money
hunu sani ya
last night driver bi ka say cost o ha but me hu hwe
omo unsheda hunu ne papa bi ya ne ade to say Ghana for na obi a won say obi a use na ade a hunu ne nim sani esitia enti e dada kra na was spray hu o de akoma water for more aye no my message kama
leakages na say
I say cylinder na ho rase a makwan ma hutu etui enti won say o cylinder rust bia na so de kono mo spray awo ye ni ye kama se paint ni ba ho a sa enya kwan na sa rust no ense na ne ade enti ni ga so mo cylinder na rust too much na ne je mwa ndi mwa tina ya na obekon de omo ko sa refilling ni omo de baye obekon de wori na obeka say foforo nye say foforo nkwa na wo de no kra na so omo je a wo de no omo je omo ko sisi
na de budi aguma obi
omo ko sisi
na ajeni pa cross so
omo ko sisi nti sisi e de ba na em say sa cylinder hwan no
there was a name for it
circulation model or said then
so I know say way no it's like enya popular sao me say me who be better driver be am friend no chim say oh a number bi o ho a wo frɛ omo no yes ana kese omo dia ba ni abefa wo de na wo ho no I know about it but as in accessibility no and I mean yes sure say that way
won ko fu bi wo ho omo okay yeah cylinder recirculation model no omo de omo adwuma omo ye no ono omo kura ka kia ibi nti wo fra wo mo ana se ne wo na se kura wo mantem a ya ba ye ne afele gas for no ya bo
bi ba mo area
omo chinchin ya bo ya mesin ko fele gas ma nti
eso mo ba malam ya
omba be pick gas cylinders no no ma ko fele no mo dia bro heno na nipa ne kan ka fo no omba
oh no oh be pick what the ne ko fele the bro and you say you the can we when the
cylinder recirculation model there
Now my fa what dey call
cylinder recirculation model, you have to go there. Now basically who do a woman. Obara be catch
I see regulator be I asked him that question also. Yes, I don't know say a transparent one here.
Even omukrom ko feel brain no. Na omom ko feel brain na even say a transparent cry basically say bia sometimes you know latest am talk in am do ha na ade. Enti omo a yabo cylinder for gas for no say am do mpa yabo. Yes, ebi mu ba omo the that option ne ba. Say bia we ya feel dada yam farmer bia wo de na asa ti wo pentema no waduane ti e be kwa feel be ba na because omo jeje dodo na na ma feel na omo de aba ti say ne e be che de ade wo mu no ye ma wo bi ye hwe wo cylinder no ne kase no later no dodo no na bia ma the same thing na say bibisa but dodo na ye omo a omo nko feel na mo famra ti wo de onim say bia obejina na pa de kwa nyimi no o de be den na o de abro esa akwan no so ne ade ama cylinder recirculation model na buy kan no o call stations ahodo na o nhyɛ da ehunu sɛnea tie bebre o de
na make us education ye low
Abraham fancy na ye ni nkomo kakra ye ne arabo ni nkomo kakra na na pay sanse ne ma bebre na na ekoso manhia north nti ye ne hanu abonso ntenase ni nkomo kakra nti ono abo akwasi kunadu onu ye mention of MP yetwa ye ho abasisi a ye ba afei nkomo na aka ni na no ye de no ede beto aso twa ye
completion. Or the mere money panity. What I say, mere money panity, forget about it. But the benefit of the people who go in there will be comforting to me as a person. Wow. I am not bothered about who says who started or not. The most important thing for me is the man for age and the benefit of what they have to do.
Is it because you've been there for so many years? That is why you have that mindset. Because you himself, politics is politics. Game no the game. Well, for the chance here. And I say, okay, if I say 1 year NPP government,
not necessarily that is my mindset.
Okay.
So they say. Okay. That is my mindset. For instance, I mean for a classical example, maybe I will go school. Maybe a crime baby no I for me and so. Now will be one day, be a wedge no call. No be a bit wedge idea. Obedi wedge idea now will be a bear class 4. And I bear JHS1. I can bear 2 years more years. Wedge we into obedi idea and say. I'm not going to before. Now, I'm going to start school. Non conclude, no one's a movie school. It is a bini or crana or trace or be ban sana. You beat my idea on them. On ye, a hard was our grand school. Bank out toward your call. If you claim I feel not trace about from one baby, I think it is not important. The most important thing is that wherever we are, there is an intended purposes. Right or wrong, you can shape it. Say it me a sheer any pay. And I say,
why powerful and a health and so
yes local schools in the most of them need sanitation area. There's a modern toilet facility
because
you see the problem no there are communities over special planning because maybe urban poor community you see that is why we tend to overlook development because we use names and money and that is not necessarily. Okay. In Punchu does not rely on names. And East Ligona, there are places in East Ligona. We are sure that the whole year in Punchu. So they say, Bobamo, I may have called from Yenyans, Moses Ongo, the acid dot Brooklyn Estate, Brooklyn Sepe. So they say, okay, we said that a quiet very bad. They are very bad. Brooklyn Estate, and saying, I mean, in the last 4 years, and yeah, quite maybe a kakakra. And you go Brooklyn. The main road that the Brooklyn has been started by me, you call it near the home. From most of the roads. I can't be enough for doing any more. See, by year, what they are to us, and they are to us. But there have been major roads that have also been built in the constituency. That is why I tell you that in Puntu are continuous. So, once a baby year, it should give you an industrial say, yeah, says Uncle, you would move on. There is a place. I'm sorry, do a friend so far. Sorry. A coin and a day anymore. Nobody imagined. See me. But every people man you grant in the last 4 years. Oko send years you have constructed that road now. We be far on Kaisen and the city. I remember even the church in the one also for the voyage. And then I don't even remember him say or they preaching him.
We are now by one under your leadership.
Yes, under the last 4 years, yeah. Okay. So they say, there's an enclave between the Biamanetafo constituency and Boshi and Confederate International School.
Just the okay can even be from Kumasi, watching from Kumasi, and my mom medicine.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm there because school Confederate International School. Udusa enclave Muha, maybe I'm Mosuzongo. And they or they call a comforter for insurance. Let me who choir. I was you try almost every year. If you go and look at the bridge, and I'll say bridge, a bus culvert in share assassin as 2 of it. Almost about one was almost about 100 meters across and about 75 meters wide. And no do you would not believe say in that one our area. So they say if you go and we have almost about 24 kilometers of street lights and solar in the constituency. So regardless of how the answer all of these things are development that is ongoing in the constituency. Over in terms of human capital development, I mean they will bear me out.
Because I don't know
people that have been given scholarships, so they say so that they can go and learn our tertiary education. The money and
scholarship. I'm not the MP.
Yes,
Watch.
MP's Watch. I use my common fund and I use my education fund to do that. Numerous numbers of them, almost about 400. And some one more must answer to maybe. Sad the pound for hairdressers. Or more graduation. We make sure that with the program we sewing machines, one year more kakra no media twice. Some meeting guys said meeting. All of these things, and I will not sit and say say eno no awie de we see nyina there. Even for some of them, the crime won't be now. You not to go back and give that person a biomka because also train. There are people who come to you and say, well, honorable, you may have to be a academy in Fidi, they are farm Kwadani and so much. So that's it. So it tells you say we will continuously progress, making sure say in submit me a drew baby, but any dako.
Yes, unemployment rate worker a form woman here. I
will not say I was former and I say I was so. But there will be a design and keeping a zero unemployment. We will not achieve that. Keeping us unemployment in Kinyoka, we will not achieve that. But ordinarily, there are people, they are primarily not unemployed because it's CBA men work, but the level of work, and now on desire one and an inside kind. So ordinarily such a person.
That's what's true, unemployed.
So that's it. So there are those dynamics. Many are dealing now. But all in all, we also have guidance the Nipania. So that's it. We work where people who come with names in the city to be our own pay. But when the person enters with guidance money, and I remember when I was in the university, I was given a course called Swahili. They can call first year and money, and they made to second year and me child.
Only gone and I
university. When I got to the final year, then I realized I should have added it as a minor to the major course that I did as a language. So that's it. I never had that opportunity. But there was a friend of mine. I think he was given Arabic money and they no dimechini. Then I advised him, say, the language you could see so bit me a kind atro. And do your under course and major in them. Oh yeah, I gave him direct employment to you.
Wow.
Yeah, because if you don't get people to guide you, you make some of these mistakes money at. So that's it. So that is how it is. But you'd also go, you find people who probably will be discontent about the things that you do. Because they feel like, so, women can make the idea, it means I started doing community engagement and thanking people. Your community engagement, I engage widows and money at them. Just to show appreciation to our mothers, money at them, give them something to go home, try to clothe them and money at them. You do all of these things because it's a Buama and nature is the constituency. Once you do the fiscal infrastructure work money at them, you ought to also be doing that social touch. Because our relationship will be bad. But as I tell you, there will be if it's on only some country, and I've had that experience just about a week ago. It's about somebody who had completed or caught training in a prison service. Graduation, then I have a call from the person at the year. And Paboy, the man who had graduation, he fake. It's me maniska. No, I'm going to Paboy from Quajuma. And I said, oh, Mate, but you must bear in mind, say, there are a couple of requests I want. I cannot obviously jump over your request and I gave her an example. Say, oh, currently as I sit, minimobia, I've done this about many Pragia and the bone is one more that's problem with the spine. The person needs almost about 5,000 Ghana cedis to go and do an MRI for them to know the exact problem we had. And then why are you bedridden? So between who and our Yamia and I made them Pabwa. Yes, and which of them should I first tackle? And bear in mind, say, on no cranny the any back and in Jaw, the now the aban. And assuming so no the any crab bar, oh, the any cheap crown one, maybe the wood henna. Then the person was quiet on the phone, one Casamoni and the other, and make her when you know the truth. The next thing I saw was a text message, I will not vote again. I'm a trouble crying who's over so. Some of these things. It doesn't actually push me away.
Make us a prison, so honorable and won't be.
Oh, you see, I don't cry there. It is a secondary matter.
One push him. There are some people ungrateful for Ghana.
It is not about being ungrateful, but they must recognize the same. And young Kwani Nipanua.
Attention was
young Kwana only Nipanaka will be assay. So that's it. Because all constituencies, there are several individuals that make the constituency. I have over 70,000 registered voters in our constituency. And there are almost about 140,000 people in our constituency. It is a now request here. Bear in mind that there are so many others that would also request. So it cannot be said extempo, instantly.
The last time, research some complaints are manful because MPs no more to say you can name yana mo bam nko ha de oboa wo campaign mu ebia unu adam fu de obia wonim no others now mo share them ni mo no omo de cry dem mo nkasa ho. Is it true?
You see, and you're not correct. And I'll give you a reason. For almost about 400 individuals on budget scholarship to be about campaign, Ubo can minimum leader.
400.
Yes, for the past 4 years. Ubo means minimum leader. And my number is common. Ubo floor on the bed say baby, I would see money at the end magazine. If I could job a secretary or Mr. Tony Famano. And money. For most of them, you don't even know them.
Okay.
You don't know them. And for most of them, they are not even core party people that I say they are constituents. You see, the most important thing is for you to reach out.
Okay.
So they are saying. But where the problem is, they say, Nipani Buha, the maker, lady, they are making. Officer Okanina, I can't want to know who say. So the fact that, and the person was so bold enough, somebody tried TV, so Mazo, Yayi, and then Namaka, you move she, and money are there. Sectors, in Muabem, who will be able to them, but they more them because you know why? The countless number of people.
Our one. Also to me testify.
They testify. That's what to me. They testify. So they say. So it's important. So people ought to also realize, say, your request are with me. There are others who may have also made the same request. So give time. And it is not that every time. That's why I give you a classical example. So education a warrior. Now 100,000 a year. And your demand say fire education. Health now you. 100,000 Ghana cedis a year. And one common fund on the average, never say.
Is it a simple percentage of 6%?
3%.
3.
Yes. In total of 8%, you need to 5 from distress and business 3. And your members of parliament. And in the whole year, we have 600,000, 700,000 for common fund. Because the last time it was 107,000. For 3 months, 107,000. Kabum for 4 quarters, just about 400,000. So they say, you used to do all of these things. And no money at the end of the school back, was 147,000. Yeah, emergency ward in the money. It was in excess of 150,000 because I know CSI septic tank on one juma at the Mao.
The bro budget is kind of down.
So you must also be able to comb around, find people to support. So they are saying, at times, dip into your own coffers to do that. So people should also understand and appreciate, and they must also set themselves on a priority because I know them pabuebano, and we be them pabuebano no that person have felt the way that she felt in her audacious animal. So that is how it is. But meanwhile, as a leader, you must be able to accommodate all of these. Because no, you don't have to complain. You must accommodate, soak it within you. So they are saying, and do what is right and just to all manner of people at the same time. Many penny now. So they are saying, and you'll be free to go.
Right. I was the only one who could do the idea of convention of MP, not just a human you will. Now, Yana mean your museum, but some of your constituencies in your city and son, your national issue in the Akaka can say. MP, and a month for our MP. And he said, Hornia, and yeah, then emphasize. Honorable, who can say, who create jobs through apprenticeship and other, and not just a by policy with national apprenticeship program, or say parliament. Say, none of budget by see a case can be the when you jump up our home.
In the last 4 years, I think somewhere around. Was it October last year? I had the opportunity of dealing with Ghana Enterprise Agency, MasterCard Foundation for the program. And I had people who were trained in hairdressing, they were trained in welding, electrical, about 327 individuals. 327. They were all equipped by the program at the mine. The Mobia and the Jumedia wood team. So I welding machine. So I hairdressing machine. So I tailor a man machine. I spray a man ammonia. And I was so happy. A program of West School, Wesley College of Education, 1 year. So anything that brings about a day and San Juma, a baby and manager. So that's it. But it's about how you implement it. And then Trimupwa a DHD. You must implement it in such a way, say Nipanoa, origin, Uhia, Ope. Okay. Yatitim on the campus. Yet the more cardia, the manual or the year Juma. And I believe that is the approach that we ought to go. If anything that the DNS and Juma National Entrepreneurship Apprenticeship Program why the NY mobile National Youth Authority mobile money at I think that it is very, very important for me. And secondly, and the other money we should do also, Sana, we ought to start thinking about synchronizing them all. So that's a chance, yes. Because since we're synchronizing in a year, so synchronizing means that you're kicking now, Mama. Nina, I don't know what Kasa. Because Maple Yabi, Y baby, G baby, other agencies baby money idea. Yes, they all go to benefit. But see, a can boom, nothing can one collaborating body money idea. I believe that may expand the better ever quite more.
Allocating an amount of 21 million Ghana cedis for the National Apprenticeship Program has been paid. Yes, has been paid.
But currently, we know we say in our current terms in the last 7 months in there. We've not seen anything about National Apprenticeship Program that has been done, apart from the outdooring of programs. No, this 7 months in there, unless you tell me so, you've seen say the National Apprenticeship Program of trained individuals been the last 7 months. Akwakoye program do ha. Aye, they are moments and money at the end. I'm not saying that it's not been done, or saying it's been paid. And I'm in the past we've seen it. And I'm a more example. You can go online, you see a near man, you tell him, I don't have a problem. So what here? But a cordial being I have a normal program, no more beneficiaries. These things are important because you see, you can't see answer. Now I'm quite was saying money idea. There's no productivity to back it. So productivity and back it, Sikana spending one. It has no value. That is why I say no yes and no minor more deal with the Sikasim brass. So once it's been paid and now once allocations have been made, then one thing you must bear in mind, there's a difference between allocation and actual expenditure. Budget here, budget and unexpected revenue. Anyhow we would want to spend it. Spend the idea constant. Because we probably the ability obesha tade so they say obeko school guys for my head here was here me nyina mo de gina so was here nsuba was here hospital here was here kwa here was here we move school. These ones may expenditure and constant but revenue na urban and the betchere baby but you have cheska kakraka e be say Women's World Bank they try 51 million no budget man am born and next time oba ba ko yet be at Women's World Bank amani insaka gitri every Women's World Bank. But the American was here both to calculate 51 million, which in natural fact ain't enough to resource women and money at it. But yaka, but will be answer can be. So that's it. So it's important say and near ma you see and you see a bayan. We do them. It is not only about allocating to it fancifully, we are paying your money at it, but it must reflect and resonate with the people so that it can benefit them and bring about productivity.
So you must see take it time because we mutually do tomorrow say process because the last time assembly members the Mampeni class January February March, but as the finance minister because April May was a mutual the amount of say no credit assembly members no so choices he can call it. So I didn't say take it process kaka.
The Mampeni class January February March or a penny His Excellency going to be in Casabia or the one can occur. It is not possible for him to have paid January February March. Nobody couldn't hear. On the policy or cash will be piano and I'm also home allowance. Budget in a year expenditure in lieu of appropriation and also means January February March. And a year because I'm being beyond a trouble. A year and a year trouble. Your budget may cover the following year in full. Your first 3 months to cover for. So how do you even tell me that Utu January February March? So they say reference none from me. But the my mom paying no from do do. See I'm really. So there be another from do say the other hand. Say back no di catch me. Back no di catch me. Back no was one there. So there be an MPP amanyuku ewa abemu na atorenche mu we ne ntokwa kese esi wo kura your friend bokum o my gandem na yeni abemu ne MPP na wa abemu so na the esi wo bokum enyai esi ne the esi da so they say and there be aso mba na we ka kire say oh ye twa nipa na o de komo no se mezankan nti twa fa he was the process. So we was in your bread, Nina Daji, Emma never do the be was say true. Me that is who I am. Me party a meka fin and me babe. Se meka was manati say adini ni I think that brings confidence. And my GDA benny pemu. Okay. But don't make us say the echo no na de bia no be from obekenyan kudu afi na echo e be communi ade a. E na wo GDA na echo from. And I think say bia me man pay ni be hu. And on one finance minister because we did there bi. Na April, May, June the here second quarter ni dey one sem here. Can no class on san kudu. I say na say also 928 million for district assemblies money ade. Okay, na bosu pay me no achi pranas can no crank quite. And then there are assemblies almost a crank count with it. So they say. So it is not only about saying it, but has it actually been done? Why? That is very important. So you don't only say it, but you should be seen to have done it. That is very important.
But we say we MPs are more Kumasi. Meaning say be a mafa plan I found some babies and was and one among for plans. Kumasi the concrete, a bank cry, quantum point. This is we are aware. Accident baby. This year, when I pay now, me hear me checks. Any part free sergeant or business about 450. It was our coin so. 3 days ago, when you see here, 15 MPs, then I'm where I found that a one I'm also more far back in crying, Debia, Mobile, Jumana, Mokone, but you won't say be a Kuma Sanctuary MPs, no Mabu Kubia, to say, Yang say, or man for Moka and other BPs, a bear the double near the other. If free sound, a hair because a young pudiano, Uncle Baby, Kumasi Queen, as anti-mantima MPs, then I'm where I found.
Like I said, you can see a bear in the doer. Doer, no dear. Yes, shall see a doer carriage. Because on mine, a nimuni per dorsum, not a shame woman dorsum. It calls for say, ya quine near my baby and you baby. So be more. And some bypass, ye, and some bypass. Ye, and cocoa bypass. Nina and ye, my pennico for a down. And ye, Nina, it's a sense and another down for the by. They start to see off and call so the I overpassing a walk a 40 interchanging now. So they beat me a boost to Kumasi Quine. If you remember, about 2023, they started the dualization of the Kumasi Accra road, and then who fancy the Koye. That day, you have a parliament in one day. Every an appropriation for 4 bypasses, Konongo, a Joso. And that 4 bypasses they be to link those two near and so that all the bypasses in and be do a carry near if you remember, and all of these things have started. So her coin as well. And no be any other choir so I mean touching that was the same period. And they had those allocations in money again. But one thing you must bear in mind is a coin the speed na day and a slow down because of change of government. That one we cannot run away from it. Yes, I agree with you. We should not only make VM and Kofu and money and
one international leader. Oh, first why I'm so sure.
And yet it is on the artery of this country. The kind of artery is the quantum point cassia and don't mind him. Was anybody our baby or mine so best for fab baby piano, see a port here per se. To a standard, I say, any part of doing more landlocked countries, but now it is only about the Kumasi Accra route. And the child mind moving. And I believe that I know the never sent Kayadia, a year and son of Ghana, my granny Pajana did not say the requirement for my motorway. He dualized the motorway, and for over 60 or so years, we've seen how that motorway have served us. So that's it. The idea came to that, but we started it from somewhere. It don't make us to say some bypass. The young cocoa bypass. So first and that is the same idea near all the other 4 bypasses to link those two so that you can have those that trunk road all bypasses. I started. Now Mutuna 8 to 8. If you remember, there was a forum that was organized in Kumasi by the Kumasi block, members of parliament. So Bekaya and just about 2 months ago, Prepper Assembly Hall. To talk about the status of development, baby, and Kokodu, and the expectations of us. Any near year, dear boy, say be a bit more Kumasi, and my Ghana Puntu, because Kumasi serves as the heart of Ghana. It distributes traffic everywhere, because that is the center. Baby, I could be ano, over be Pio, wait me at Trasudiako. So it was important for us to hold that program 9 a.m. to tell the story as to where we've come from, where we intended to take Kumasi to, where it is now. Any questions you meet me a far boy. I'm a baby a dinner there. And I think this is one of the major we are not going to leave it there. Ever call recess. We are going back to go and engage our people and as to how baby I debate with your mama. But Minia, Yakaswa America. Send your city and then is what we have in a year. It would also call for some caution of a year kaka. Wouldn't mean we are saying could do be in a but at a ranch suit. But the people also do tell me human factor kakao. So what I say.
The driver's side of
even the maintenance of our cars, a grand money idea, a can be driving the so can be. And then ye may be a quiet yana ya, a do 10 year and 1 a day, 8 years I was here. And take away the infrastructural aspect, but the human factor is account. We must also bring that to bear. So that's if we see a real quiet, net does so no one knew so crap with scenery. It doesn't mean that a quiet now into sanity. The Benicam is on them, cool tells you, when was in Suta or Mirage. You don't see to the end, no matter how long it is. So it tells you that you must always be cautious when you are using some of these things. We must also be talking about that aspect now and also contribute towards some of these things. Education
then I say
in terms of the human aspect of it, it's an education that you can do. But when you are Obrani, money better. Obrani, money better. So me try the metro in you one fa kuma pani adwene motie anyi anto na fu say oh me hu ni say ma menye ni say money ade a it turns out obi okra no otrake ma passengers even encourage driver to do certain maneuvers money ade a ebi an person way. So they say and all of these things are contributory factors to it, which I believe that human as we are, we must consider and accept those aspects also. Because it's not senior Jisani Manusu. New Sini Bessia such a day, a dear few, and I believe that it would help us.
What's your then a hammer? Say, well, you would the Kumasi Finfi. It comes as accident as Sinclair Kumasi Quanaso, where Naya Conongo, where Naya Quasi. What's your then a moment? It's Yakuma, and you are a hot year. Do you know why? And Quabia no habit with your mass as used to be. And even if any pan were would did them one, won't mean a city be. And you know who that person is. Obi or you'll be breadwinner. Obi we are seeing now is any pakron. Obi a Japadi who we are seeing now. Obi any dasu who we are seeing now. And you don't even know where your family members are. On an average, they may say, meaning baby, I'm meaning baby, I'm a mammy, meaning baby, I'm a man, meaning baby, I'm a so they can be victims to any of these things that happens to anybody. And myself as a person, I can be a victim to signing my So it is not about say, yeah, isolated, say you are isolated and immune from it. There are some of them that are relatives. Have been victims of signing marriage. So we do not in any way that could be any way see argument say I didn't see a normal or is here sign was a dear a yes I can before. Is here a tea and soon because here the NKB say I can a beam ain't sit down we are say by. We must set any many ye that me have said these things do not happen. I mean because they are better no sebi and one can your day. So what are the things that we ought to do to be able to help to do that? That is why we need to develop the rules. Send you see so I won't to the young person who comes by Saturday when you sanity. One call for Bane developing. That is why I maybe service as answers. I think it's important that you ask this question. Actually, I'm taking it quickly. It's only Aka. A free of Uncle Pukwa said, "You can hear the idea. We will do over. Oh, I'm so crying now. Obre, Wabam cry to me. Now, actually, Ben, I'm taking any many years. And I said the first one that we have to do is advocacy to say the and also putting pressure. So that's it. Asking for more inquest as to why I edge. I guess we continuously file questions about this. If I'm not mistaken, just about 3 weeks ago, I was in Subachi, filed a question on that. Minia Bako Kwabre filed a question on that. Minia and Josu, we filed a question on that because we constantly ask as to the progress and as to why. One of the major challenges now, NTM the releases of funds by the finance minister to the ministries, departments, and agencies. You see, we must be bold enough to tell our people and money are there.
having a face who save who face to be seen as say oh yeah na wo de now will limit you be so more and then if the finance minister the road minister be bold enough to say he's being suffocated by say lack of releases of funds then some can see cannot dey track contractors so they say it's because he's not spending.
So now man penny because we track contractors come
send what pure moka and why are contractors not on site? That is the questions that we must be asking. What you say? All that he is interested in is to keep monetary policy tight by not spending, so that the new baby knows the figures here, the inflation, money. But you see, the board spend and manage the economy. Not spending is not managing. What do I say? Not spending is not managing. One spend here, and a man will look very nice money a day, but it will go to affect social services provisions. And money a day, it will delay and money and the sunny man. So that is where our pressure ought to be, and that is where our advocacy has to be. That is where we must constantly be asking and pushing. Sabeya, he would release these things. Sabe a bit me akwa boami at me I do me free akwa no some you know why
the budget and one mupie. Minority mupie. Madam say MPs no do one so a mo Kumasi na as mo madam minority side no. Wo hwe akwan aban kan ho asem say and a big push agenda or the be ya. Mo di yin hye den ni.
Afei no ba be meboa. That's why
yes. And
a fame
push agenda yes over by
Ministry of Finance
issue commitment any authorization so on contract any other. Would you said that in be?
Is it that tells you the level at which a development they call baby here or mine anymore?
I said, yeah, most monkey come. My dear, you said, yeah, most minister and almost every week we had never parliament to ask him questions about our roads. So that's the major answer. Almost every week they had never demo questions that we posed to the finance minister, questions that we posed to the road minister. Meaning, a part of these roads are a Ashanti region and money at them. But you see, for them, no, it is where their bread is buttered necessary, but it's not about national development. And you're mining in Ampun to the year. It's about where their bread is buttered. Okay. We have construction of Kumasi Outer Ring Road, Eastern Quadrant. I know Neshaha.
I know you're the outer ring, you know, Kumasi Bar, Alcofa, Etia, that I could pay one ponting and money at the end. Now, why near the free English, 1 year the free, and you know 1 year the free cocoa, 1 year the free Konomo Banababi drew. Overdrew. That is still Quadrant Road, no, is part of the whole enclave of inland port. No, Sabeya, it will be closer to it, you bypass it by not passing through the main money. But one years are contemplating in money idea. And these are projections. They are started that on the ground. We are not committed to completing it. Even when they are starting here, so they are saying, on the will be here, we are starting maybe. But the iron and that no you go to a year he will siphon that place on my host can and go. Obe me aso on Chiamoka. No, the Bible started for no diaco. But Sabi, oh ye we now what was why the aim is oh buy never why I made Nipa Faso or many aji, and when you see Nipa any aji, no be cram woody and find the Nijan cry here. If ordinary, that is the glory that you want to make. But you see, and yen shada wo hwehwe ne keke o but you have a social contract and a commitment to the people. You are not there by virtue you say oh yeah a sovereign. You are not. You are there because you say Obama beson. Obama beson, it means say baby obi aye do no to asofa free one. You don't go and begin new ones ordinarily out of the blue say men I'm starting with look no na ka foundation na ka gutters and money it doesn't serve any purpose. It is the intent and the orientation as to how national development is. They are not committed to the total development of this country, but where they feel their bread is buttered. And what happened?
All right. I was the anti-my messages number. I am a secret one. Now, men come from our Facebook is streaming live, home-based TV, YouTube, home-based television. Our TV is so another snigo so and command the car near the sea. But I was here for baby. Oko Parliament committee back was so a ranking member for deputy Lance committee. Honorable Lance, no Kumasi, a galamsey a year came. Ashanti region, who won't be Western, who won't be that aspect. No, what shall the about we buy a wire dear could do? We need the ones as 7. Yanam Kwano Swa, ye Kodeko. You bring a good results in future.
A very terrible for us to get and we have good results in the immediate. And let's to talk about the future. Now mining, there are 16 regions in this country. Actively, we are mining in about 13 of these regions. 13.
Yeah.
I don't know, we have almost yes, all the 13, almost all the 13. The artisanal mining. We artisanal mining and the regulated small scale mining and we in all of it. There is the illegal small scale mining activities ongoing in Galamsey. I buy we buy them. Okay, and then come I would want everybody to be dispassionate about it. He and sa now now be kebi money ade the info ni common because the baby twema enche afimo any on almost every TV station and now be hwebia now water bottles is so the didn't you CCTV so the boy can say and then you don't find it and I believe that we should have continued with that now the progress that we have been making in terms of the fight against illegal small scale mining. And now say, and then the insurance be created one year, sir. Maybe the insurance be created one any passer, and on here. I feel from somewhere around last year, June, I have so rest senior, a bay and also no position. And then some more kafa small scale mining, our main one. Now be to Muzibian Cabana or Trip or Bar Bain one, with me a few. It is over as I'm judge. But it will only take an irresponsible government not to be able to fight illegal small scale mining in 1 week. Because you have the military, you have the navy, you have the air force, you have the police, you have all of them, and the president is the commander in chief of all of these forces. It's a DNT won't even fight. And I'm a boy. Mohasa KB said it has to take them just a week. They were committed to even say your kaya for us to declare a state of emergency. And I'm a boy. Let's say LI 2462. Union for that gives right for people to be able to mine in reserves when all the necessary processes. We need baby a young camp and go to Cali Bishop Conference Kirby, TUC Kirby, UTAG Kirby, TU Kirby, almost every Ubi or maybe a Kirby. State of emergency Ubi a Kirby. And they am no Kase. And this is bad. I do not see anything that the ministry is leading the government to do. I was be a bit me too. Galamsey, I said, and I'll tell you why I mean Mobi. What are the measures? What are the measures? Because it's blue water guards. Blue water guards. You have Navy, they cannot patrol the water bodies. Blue water guards. I didn't know show me one place, and I asked, and I've asked an urgent question on that. I'm waiting for a response on the floor of the house. On one mandate, and here for Kwanado Mokwaku, our more year, and which rivers and what impact, and Etimiamiki. Okay, so more they are snipping for information to bring information into national and small scale mining, coordinating the 9 most money and that now enable coordinating the activities of this small scale mining. I don't know why I tell you say me who be Biano ministry no area to help fight small scale money because you see if the activities no area Juma, can you not have people who take upon themselves to say and will not give reference even to the ministry. And I'll give you a classical example. Dr. Hannah BCU, you know, a development fund administrator. Yeah. You saw what she did. And when she was being interviewed, and then someone not all come. It goes to indict the ministry and the government to say, one, either they are complicit and in the activities na air cost because I say, more obibia money, so because Obama no becano befio, and I'm a one. It's on what yes, I say bulletproof I said check. And watching free Chinese before him, and I'm a boy, and watch you. What is the status of those Chinese that were arrested? On way. No, a friend saying those as money are there or see emu 33 area and I can't sell them because all can no need them. Low bed or because excavators, emu 33 area. She said, "BC away from." And when she was saying it with a penchant, Miss said, "Why are they not quite in a 33 area?" police commander no nya problem. Who need that problem say? You are going somewhere, you don't inform anybody. You say me minister no come mo na money, me mo obi amane. Because you don't even give credence and aid to your minister and impose wo bibi. So it goes to emphasize my point that I'm saying. Secondly also, you see, under the last 4 years, we brought about a program called the Green Ghana program. They have brought to rare forest and a forest areas, the forest reserves that are depleted. So they say, and also to do new plantations, woodlots, sebeya commercial productivity in terms of sand because and also to be able to afforest our deforested areas when and increase our canopy cover. Because you and I know that in the last 4 years, in our program we started and we benefited from it through carbon credit. We earned almost about $5 million. And currently, so validation we are in excess of earning about $20 million from that program now in the last 4 years for the government of Ghana. And now I know I say, go to the Jimra Forest reserves, go to Tano Official Belt, and carry it. And once then I'm okay, at one punya and when you're there, I'm no okay. In the last 4 years, maybe to some Abasa, a bit to some in the last 4 years, ye to the Galamsey and over 42 square kilometers. Forest I am muda. And these are not things that we are saying out of the blue. There are videos to them. And they are actively mining. Ask that question again. When they are being fought. That is why, and 3 days ago, you had people who claim to be national security people going around locking Forestry Commission offices in Bekwai, in Nkawie, in office. They were locking them up. Do you know why? Why they catch up? Because they are protecting the forest and so people go there, and you and I have seen it. And all that the minister could do is say, or choice statement to say, the activities on more is uncalled for and it's illegal money at there. It's no more almost every forest no more to that than the whole virgin forest nego, more to the Adriano su egu, or more cobon baya. Now, I send national securities to lock the offices of the Forestry Commission. So, say, one of the you're quiet on why? Because Omunko A2 like there is no tomorrow.
So, I say, NDC for Nagel, I'm saying, so we forest are almost small scale mining in a license is quite more. And under this government, so just by an honest crowd, said that my license is previous government in what
we all licenses and 1 7 year carry different. What we are talking about is small scale illegal mining. Galamsey.
Now we say Omuka licenses.
Maybe Omujano Omuka licenses. And I'm coming
and another time we are going to me.
Nanaba, I also Oyanu declare 2 years. So we say the issue and Asan will be. What is stopping the NDC government now? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama from declaring a state of emergency. I didn't tell UTAG, Munina IED. Did you listen to the TU's Trade Union Congress for the chairman on May Day? What has one kind? Or say, in the last 7 months, Galamsey, the last 7 months, Galamsey, are unprecedented. And that they were being deceived by the president as to someone who was obey because they've seen nothing that he is doing now. It will one way or the other even limit and make a stand as to be a piano who send that one and Yenukran can Kahosa. A binyo. And then a one or more Kogalam say 1 year can TV swap. Ye ha ye knew where your space mood said ye, maybe I say we and run. And then when your positions got and baby no money at the end. And also, we need the competence to talk about illegal small scale mining. And I'm a also, we need, and let us not run away. Any Professor Jampo no di for any, you tag any. And no contract shippers authority, or see he doesn't have that competence and now he is busy. He doesn't have a use of become once a movie. But the other ya woman say, when you are talking about the ills of today, what kind of money will be referred to Enra. And I had an encounter with one of your colleagues money and then I have that person say and there's one for so says oh fraka once because all the Enra Diana now will see any now saying okay once what they no be justify and then the year can say Enra now ujina ho ne nsuo ni hwe gu na ase nti ne se hwe gu na ase a adna be kem na me ka se enye enrent na wo men kem ani ofre me apede the years of today enne boapayo boni a yede tu saa agudie we enne ne ntem peso no enna ho hariso no ehu pa
esene ebrebi abese
me say let me tell you this in the next 3 months the rate at which where we sit and where I sit any be me hu no in the next 3 months we nya kwaye wo man ebeka de wo people so money ade I am telling you ebeka de wo people so no abotan mu na wontimi ntwa no I know ebeka there will be no forest because they are just dissipating the forest as if there's no tomorrow. They are in a haste. So they say they are in a haste and at the end the air time and then crimes and nsuo ni bi ni baby am bi akosa abisi ho and then nsuo ni bi ni ho and yakosa abisi what they access nsuo ni kwa na ni. That's why I don't find them. We are in this country when the matter of Ashawan came. I didn't question Ashawan about them. Maybe in Sikrumada, how we talked about it. But we had minister. The interior minister says that they are not interested in prosecuting wasn't it His Excellency the President when he was an opposition? I can say one day he will run after the campaigns. Then yet and one kitten a quarter to mom how they ran them up and how they even beat them. And they go to Bolivar boy. Go to Bolivar boy. And then more minister na Jimmy said, someone said, the DC is the regional minister, regional FDS or the police for, and I'm quite a chief FDS money doing a go for so to control board money at the end. The tributaries never called black vote anymore, and then it is no more there. It's been wiped away from that area. You see, that is the seriousness of what we are talking about now. It's see a bayan say, and run never ho, ye did I don't know who did in a jai. I don't know who did in a jai. Is it that most people have been compromised about it, so they don't even have you see they can't want someone now. And that's what we say, a he that's who woman, a more being can want someone. But remember, a he need be free, a man now which an idea, at to a bear one. When an assistant, we yank is my uncle in India.
Committee Mukushia then Amokafa Lance.
That is the matter that has always been on our table I discussing. Just about a week ago, the next Lance Minister this year to bring about the guideline as to how he's going about it. Processing in Fakwe Musamani. That is why I've told you that
plans.
No, that the plans is not yielding and it will not yield any result. Me, I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. If you would want to curb it and me real impact. We should put a ban on all small scale mining activities, licensed or unlicensed.
Now, good reserves. Good reserves.
It is so now you are running on stimulants. It's no suana. You see that is
yes, you are doing good board.
But it doesn't. Oh, you. I want to make good board. All that they are interested in is you be near good year, but you're quite fast. You be near good year. You be too more women. You be near free crowd and one fish. So be near no be quite cotton. And then more small scale mine, even proper ones. Because how more complaining about the activities of Gold Board and it's how it negatively is affecting their jobs some way. And money are there. Gold Board buying. What's the name? Omo say small scale mining gold are overtaking the large scale mining gold in terms of export. Just was a normal small scale mining on legalized one in one area. Primarily financed by Galamsey activities, any illegal small scale activities, gold in one. Now, may trust some of the traceability app, so bit trace gold now. So, we must be trace. I the Ghana gold in in the current state in which we are. If you are to trace the source of gold, a gold board air talk, now, Ghana gold will not be accepted. Because the rate at which illegal activity in the air cost, and now everybody seems to be insulated about it because if you say, you can't want someone, if you are saying Kusia girls, a dear money idea, or because most people have been compromised about it, and it will be a person can once and but people like us will not stop talking about it because we know how devastating these activities can cause to this country in the next just few months.
So the first session went to me and decision B. Second session, small circle recess by coming Friday. Yeah, committee and to me agree on anything. Be I said, I say the emphasis on issue.
The committee by itself, Eddie Abayens will be oversight. So what you are saying. But the policies to implement and do that is the responsibility of the minister and the ministry and the government.
So minister the policies in a committee
and because the committee they deal with the buying and because it doesn't yield results. It's unfair from and that's what we are calling him to bring. The other body now cannot yield results. Because you see, the fear is that they cannot even touch it, because if they touch it, they are touching their people. And then their people go about. And then when you say, there were 9 forest reserves, red zones of Aquaquaji, and then there are about 44 reserves are new room. 44. Also, because on the Saka and Crawford, and not in a forestry commission, and they say, can Pamunko for free be quiet. Official, Apple free carrier, ammonia dia. The national security akwa to no. If we say any illegal activity, and the Bianca Forestry Commission area, can the minister will come and say the activity that the national security was uncalled for. The Forestry Commission is doing their job, making sure that they can protect the people within the establishment are sending national security to close down government agencies that are set up by the constitution in the pursuit of their mandate to do their job. And that's what we are using state agencies and state apparatus to do to state commissions that are established under articles of this constitution, so that they cannot protect the forest that we have again and leave people affiliated to the government and people in power to mine our forest illegally. That is a problem that we are facing now as a country. So if this is not a catastrophe and a disaster that is happening to us as a state now, I don't know what else can be a disaster or catastrophe that is happening to us. Not to talk about the health implications of Enyema Ekosu Keremi. It is so terrible. I have lived in Totokro for almost about a year before, in the 1989s. So I know when mining, it take a 10 or 80 and then illegally money idea, a hard pa. So it is a very difficult thing that we are.
Your overcast deputy ranking member saying on banning small scale mining.
So that there will not be so if you are nipa nuclear license now because be nuclear license money idea or can say a license are issued so ban all the licenses, stop those illegal, so all those activities, legal and illegal, and it has infiltrated, it's been infiltrated by the
strategies from NPP.
It should stop everything and let's see what would happen.
All right,
declare the state of emergency. I don't want to mean declare. The state of emergency will call for. So I am asking you. So it is any hypocritical on anybody's part. Say, who beside that question? Somebody and more. If we do not do, you call for it. Say declare. You stood on that and bashed the former administration. Even at the time, no, not saying that I'm saying no cause to say. You bashed. Why are you quiet now? Oh, can't you say, oh, the one year? It's way the member 1 year. Do you just simply so the share bone, Wamba? Me do a kind man yet, Mammy into some man. Because I told you the reasons and the implications. If you want to say, because I'm a woman, boy, by your born in Tia. Mini Arjun Pamo mining to the same year. The men I'm watching, Pamedi, I will declare a state of emergency so that I will fight these Galamsey activities on a different level. And not just say, over call for a halt of every single activity that is being done there. And the entire Busun and Sunni on ye, and you're telling me that Obi and into one so near. Then what is the need for us to talk about it now? And the entire so one year the boy binder than the born. Aren't you being hypocritical about that? I call for say I will repeal an airline. Maybe I'm ready to say, Mancasme Premier Mendino. We use that to bash the former administration, bash the government, bash the ministry of which I was part of it, and then the idea 1 year. And when you say it, you say you kind one year this happened. And nothing that a beer, any panum be sujina so here say, anyway, so on your board, 7 months they've not done it, and we are not calling for that. We are not bringing water to the table for us to discuss and see the baby and show the crowd and yet me at and we are using the past as a reference for today. My brother, then we are sorry as a state.
All right, then see, Arab say we declare state of emergency. See, I see a buying back when declare the end and you declare na yenshi. Last on this, now me can messages na aba. Say ya keke kebia the field ne, but you are deputy ranking man and last once and seven day maybe say messages me go ahead. Maybe say ya state of emergency. We say for appointment declare any medical. Alright.
How many of my is on by here? How many miles on by mine?
Other than that, we free parliament or we have a kind budget.
Oh, yeah, Ghanaian free parliament and a kind budget. He brought a report on the budget, the turnout of the budget.
And media budget near Berry.
Obey statement. One for any appropriation. The budget is an estimate of revenue and expenditure.
And I'm aware, say, son or neighbor.
Aware because so true. Your true criteria also the could hear baby. When it's a statement, when it's a motion, when it's meaning actually. So just say. So whatever is written on the other people informs you as to adequadia yeah baby. So we knew that Obabeka kunkuntibo. So they say Obabeka a mobo. And he remembered me of Kwabra Pepramone Kwesi Butch's days of reading the budget. And with the name I mean kind chain will be a chain cement ball. Ghana will stick it to ball. Ideal milk ball. If you go and take those budgets of those days, the early days of running na Kwesi Butch me in Sandy man and Beka and money idea. And we not obey, but he forgot to tell us there are people in this country today who would want to transfer money almost the same go bank. Nobody got 20 man nobody back. Mine. What's $1 will be pre 10.3 because they want to cap it, not going exceeding 10.5. The money are there. But when the bear now watching me and send me, if you cry the base 6 weeks in it, they've not been able to have their money transferred for them. What do I know about Dore? What do I know about but they've been a day, a bit more, and that is the problem we are facing in this country. Currently, all that he came to tell us was the things that are not necessarily they were in the last 7 months, taking glory for them. The money are there. But in the last 7 months, all the because the revenue shot for about 1.2 billion from the ports. And I'm but we know say no can ye ma. What money are doing now? And I was soon seeing who buy. And actively, no, you've only worked for 3 months. Actively, he's worked for 3 months. After he read his budget, I started on the 1st of April. At the end of June. That is where he's worked. So there was a man who say, and never be what a statia and one soon so pano yeden, a bowso. The air papa the on ye, but the airborne in the say a rollover. And I thought to the major son, the any dear, we buy my, but the air corner won't be near yeno any dear. Or so I buy that dano. And I'm going to do the idea.
Stabilize the appreciation of the city.
Stabilize it.
What you receive fuel price above for
my idea.
And one man, it's me at 10 years, so I would do.
My idea.
For staff to be doing. And for enjoy, including TNT. Nina buying a buy and why. So I send come with someone.
So that what can you boy a costume? It can. Let us me. And the amount of boy in a mood pan away show. I reduce fuel. No problem. Why the amount dollar come from? And the dollar yako bank was Ubenya. You see, when we said in the chamber, so Dr. Siama has the rate, but Abuchi away, and all bad. And I'll give you a classical example. Yeah, Rausu. What's about no you must say? So, the crowd dollar no. The crowd dollar no. And go there. If I have $1, I say. If I have say. It was just about 14 cities at Kakradaso. Just about 14 cities. It was never 17 or 16 cities. Go to the Bank of Ghana's own reports.
Bank rate, yes, I said you're okay, but you told me
no Okokroma because that rate is real, they're realistic. Send another rate in the Bank of Ghana, Sana now go to do another because the rate was real and realistic. And I never ho. What's the mention as no? It didn't say now call a Kroma name, a Bruce says he cannot ahibia. But the name on go to 10.5 money at the end. Oko a 13.75. I'm not meaning a baby, I'm in the demo Kobe, no baby. This is the bank is a busumi bakune feni. Sikani yentimi transfer mano. Oko yibi ako wemu or the aquaque. So I need a petrol money idea, a money idea. Yeah, wo. I did levy buy. Papa, you also buy obey ye levy.
Buy way.
On ye levy.
You let me see.
Why, I'm not the Anaba. levy COVID where you COVID
buy where you levy
I'm sure they will
about to abolish COVID levy
about to
yeah
the
next budget review
the next budget review the vampire is about bit me about be you yeah you levy the buy you levy no sabi na atiase for any tua you levy obi otiase a o peso tua ni tua you levy gwari me tie ebi ana ma mi okumase atawo he mi ebi anu yes ka dia akwakoye na mi bibi mintimi fa ka free am kokumase se me fa ka kokumase ye na agbaji mi 240 be send man 10,000 Ghana cedis e betimi bia 10 cedis money ade e iska the convenience and the safety and the security of it no so no ya hwe ho asem anka it's another story for us to see se me pe na mi ntua emfa mu musu a obi antimi sika bia so dia say obi antimi. That is the tax I end by. Intina ayati asefo a ope and we do chia. But then the deal levy de buy no. Owu a wowu, de wowu kra chia.
Tua ne kwambenso.
Tua ne kwambenso because it's a tax on fuel. Okofe free efunu free mochia. O de to care mu. Do that care me charge ka iska no. And then you force this 50 pesos that gallon of petrol so. Owu otua. Owu be no send mu. Owu be no send mu. And obia
nyefu no da kare no betia
na wana etua
TNT
na wana etua
de okofa na tia
de okofa na tia se na etua ampa ba fu won nti na driver na charge kese se na fu won dey fa dead body no alright no what the make can say it you do tembia you must be conscious about some of these taxes you pass tax na you hear me could do baby a ope because tax no it should not be and they say e ope na ye dey tua because if I don't send mumu I never pay the levy. But everybody is paying for D levy, even to the extent of the debt. It being has to be paid whole levy because I have 4 cedis 50 pesos on a gallon of petrol. So they are saying 4 cedis 50 pesos and a gallon of petrol. You say gallon of petrol. You say so they 15 cedis square now by 4. Can you say 60 Ghana? If I say around 12 cedis money a day, you say 50 Ghana and a whole ton one 50 Ghana. Utria 4 cedis 50 pesos. By 50 Ghana no, so what the mumwa? What the mumwa? Can do gaudia? What the men can I say? So that is the extent at which and Yemen were Ebia Sabre and Yantiasia. Ebia Sabre and Senana, Ebia, if you saw or she'll be woman, we are seeing any Nantiano. And bear in mind, Henry and Baron Rechi, no more can be about Israel, nay, a war and internal finance minister Monge, how it will impact
Iran and Israel.
Jesus Christ.
Now
referee Russia, Ukraine, referee COVID. And I was a brain, no tears, no stress will be. You see, I didn't mean ye ba copa de biamitrasia. It gives me comfort in life. And you say, Quembisuno, it be or dear referee, Kakra Bate, ni pa brabo. But so ma a braining in a generous in the city and be about a become can be a mere 10 year massive differently. Because the maybe do now Mahabimu now that damn, no so be. And we chair Munua, a muye Harikakama, or refuse no, I feel kind be a beam. But lest we forget,
okay,
we keep reminding ourselves.
Am I if you're a work or secret, by almost 1 hour 30 minutes and I didn't come out. Or say, I don't understand why these young and energetic MPs are still in NPP. They should join the leading party NDC because I can see something good in him. Be 7 pass as simple.
Catch us a bit on us, but a Bramini pursue. Say, meet me, I join. I don't, they also have those people who believe in their aspirations. I don't share any bit in the aspirations of the NDC because they don't have that momentum of understanding. Only say our family is so mighty in the trim papa. They don't have it.
The MPP minority yesterday's press conference has highlighted to all Ghanaians that the NDC has done nothing in terms of the economy. No wonder they are ballooning our debt in dollar terms, and even with common statistical figures, they are massaging in their favor. The NDC have the message. Okay, I'll say the NDC have massage the dollar rate of Ghana at 10 cedi, but Abuchi has the rate at 14. Then the BBC and Aoka. But in trend 1 train the answer. We see the by said the shameless, confused mini micro minority can hold press conference on our basis and nobody cares, the NPP is suffering from leadership crisis and center cannot hold and or the way and the buy. I say, these MPs they can talk, but the NDC is focused. Inti young can find MP and farmer Mate. I say, remember him about Dominica, you know, and also so can one some chair pa na yemi san or send your Mexico. Inti Dominica and the name every but
it's a disaster, it's a disaster of an attorney general.
Okay.
I mean,
we should be by say,
it ended up being a disaster.
we are fighting, you say, Chairman, we must keep quiet to Ashanti region, one piece, and they should fight for us. We need development in the region and what the way they buy it. Yakani now wasn't and the honorable. A few minutes, 1 minute, to be
I mean, there are certain words that resonate with me always, and I remember the words of Justice, the Supreme Court, then Supreme Court Justice Tochi.
Okay.
We can say in one of the rulings he said, they create, they loot and share. You see the same thing reoccurring and happening.
Public Account Committee, and you're plan for one because we are accountable aspect.
Because you say now all that you need to do is a man's greater worth and no bonfires are buying the Bawa Kwan so when you be doing no better 60-40, Namokomo money. The man is setting a very bad precedent for this country. But the and said the Boga country reward him for 10 years. The welfare school be in few but he would come because when say bibi ni wa oji tu say eye boni e dipa ni dia you not even have gone in say onfe bimra what's the matter now it's also on first 60% so first sika no oha e ho asem ye ka onfe mo aduru si amra enti say bibi ni wa oji tu mo akono say wafa say kan so onfe bimra owi anu aka say yen kan hu ya adwu say you no court can just scan in and bit
na da be na mo bet na so
oh enche you best start sittings just around the middle of August
na
just around the 11th money and we hear more of these things money because a very bad precedent was setting sabi oye de enye faculty kwan so far my oban ni sika no better na si mo sinkunya watch him 60-40 no kwan 60-40 I mean are we really governing or we are setting our people and that and you must know that most of them no money deal no bargain pre-bargain in the are people that you one way or the other defended whilst they were in opposition. Right. As their council money and their money. So it is so bad to understand say it is emboldening people in them now.
Okay.
Yes, it is emboldening people in them now to also take as much as they can take. Because they know that there is a precedent that is being set. We are not watching the 60-40. I think when you're trading now, and it's been entered as part of the records and judgment of the court. And
all right. So I'm watching from Mampo in Suta. Okay, I know this Mampa is very good. No, but Tikumase for the message. I'm fancy me up. Honorable, and I pay a bed as papa. Say what you bring here, bidding como. Yeah, what's not siache, but a bon como. Begin to see me crowd or becana so bringing tea. Young family financial fridge. Vicdan Healthcare now no go this house so dey liver na say kidney issue akona omo na bibia ne nkoye Kumase ahojo je Ekufor road ne so na je Ekufor school junction be huna ne di nsa so obe treat bibia at the amount mu amwa akoma yare na face so mo sanso wo sabo mu ha no mo kwa obehwe na wa mamodro na bibia na timi akoye frɛ no 0502230999 0502230999 na woni no emo enkoba Accra so was Spintex Road Coastal Junction ya no afre was 0549951211 na woni Vicdan Kempenifo edi nkomo wada ne munye ntinkofo obowa na the federal cough mixture eye wardrobe akwa wonu mebebo ayi papa misro koda kopi binom sanse niema ide ye ni je na wonom so a sa yare ntem na bibia na etimi koyi uni echiri nkabɔ ne bia enti obi bia nkonkope bi ntona niema na enkoyi e wa wo na wonfen ye oya wo wa na ominimu ye oya sese kura de so truth kura na abeka ho enti wo na so ominimu na sa twetwe sa the federal conference channel bebo enti yenkwe na yenkope binom opedodo atu a no so was Spintex Coastal Junction abehunu wo mo ben Royal House Chapel no from 240536661432 Metro Gold School 7 Camp School in Farmer Sefa Obana School papa osia de na onko na nim na ne me na so entimi koyi emfama no nti wo ba bepie mu e wo Ablikuma New Town Abasi Road na Abehu Metro Go School Penifo na wone di nsawo so omode Cambridge wo mo curriculum na trade nti oba no ba onka akire da ye kire na de papa ma na ema ina so atumi akoye adi ama no di school na akire kwan na fa oba no ko bi school won so de efe we environment in the classroom na modern one jabofra na tinase na osua de a osua ati ase nso ye frɛ no e was 0548050108 0548050108 na wone Metro Go Schools in Penifo eni nkomo na bibia no anye kama RPI we been say professional institute say wa person yen sen training wa person koye adwuma airport aviation wa person usua languages wa dey say bilingual secretaryship no bra na wo mfa mfam na bibia ne nkoyi emfa ma ho na wo ko school wie ya pe na wo nyansa no dwuma yin tintina fie nkese adwuma ni ho for woni chi mo Robinson Professional Institute na yen kire wade na bibia ne so enkoyi emfa ma ho ye wo kanda enkra heya 67 John Hammond Road ye be home based TV and TV3 bibia be dance wa ye krado nti bibia wo bia no tumi ba ye be chew na wo so watumi abisua de frɛ 0246232359 0246232359 na bibia na enkoyi emfa ma ho Dr. Babiu Sebra na Dr. Babiu Herbal and Spiritual Center yankun fanyo stomach ulcer how asthma na how wo de na kwa kidney failure bia na sempo awo ma be ma wonso ni ahoden a e wo mpam asem na meken Mr. Wada for any chimo Dr. Babiu Herbal and Spiritual Center na yankun enfanjo sanse wo pa nyema ina na be koyi di amo amasama stadium road ni so pe na be hunu Dr. Babiu na ne din sa so friend was 0242 067174 na bibian enkoyi Dank Natural Health Care Complex Dank say bema wakutiti oba wakutiti nemu yare STI no tete unama intide no wati sa yare enko awade anu na poponi buasisi Mr. Ekunipa edkofa kuma yare ba timi kofa kidney issue ni na ba nemu yare no Ekunipa wadwe ye ose ubetumi di bibia ancestors na kwa da nko na Dank Natural Health Care Complex into a city kra farmer Pechitre the number 2 e wana be hu Dank for no mo edi nkomo friend 0244017556 0244017556 Dank osia hutu fi ene dwumako yi na ni nsa so na yem wana bibia ne nkoyi farmer bia su dia herbal clinic ono no wa ha ban bia fen elepepe natural or the same okumu a elepepa na yare instant healing when ni beje say o wo so sa na yare ni na wo so afiri ho akwa bo na ni mo say wo so kom ni gu wo de wo so yare ni gu eye elepepa ene de beko e de age on ti dia su dia e wo kaso a utubreku na afa su kumase wo kwa behunu na wo ne di nsa wo so e wo kumase abepo bo ni krom na wo dia su dia herbal clinic di enkomo fra wo mo 0248427998 0248427998 na face 0246354747 na bibian enkoyi emfa Malaya Crest ma me fa ntwa to na pay na yemfansi omoton sase be ma onye sika asase na ja se ode ya ade bi a ense fatai zanse nche na asase bo ni konani mu pa Malaya Crest sase na ye eda ba biye wo Ghana ha ba bi biada na woton so eda so yantam ye ma site plan na face so pillar corners ni na ni sisi di ma barcode ye de ka ho na face indenture ye de boss di ma free umpe we na apeden woto asase na woni sika odi tua ni na so a ichichem di mama otua na kakra bosome nan nsia na afintem uwie pe asase ne ye wode a empo wotua ni na so tumi yeso adwuma na ne eme na atimi koyi nti bo mode na hwe tiri kwan wa Shaman Middle East ya bay Ashaman Senior High School no frey was 0598302220 na abisia woni won eni enkoma na pay ahana be ma kwane de jumadi ni na no esimini menhia North MP honorable Kwasi Konadu na bonko mo mini no de share by anochinya